What's up? Welcome back to this new video. This one is paper 2-2 of November 2022 for Add Math. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the questions. Here we have question number 1. So we have to solve the simultaneous equations. So we have to find the values of x and y in these two equations. So how can we solve this? We can use substitution method. For example, for the first equation, I can make x become subject. You would say, okay, x is equal to what? Send this over here, you will have minus 4 minus 5y. Now, following this, I can of course move on to this one. Here we have 3y minus x. X is also equal to minus 4 minus 5y, and then times y here equal to 6. So now we can solve this equation. So one by one, let's expand. Let's see what happens. You have 3y. We can bring in the minus sign. You will have plus 4 plus 5y, and multiply by y for those two equal to 6. Simplify, you will have 3y plus 4y plus 5y squared equal to 6. Rearrange, send everything to one side. You will have 5y squared plus 7y minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation. We can try to solve this by factorization, or we can use our formula directly as well. But let's try factorization first. So 5y squared is 5y times y. 6 is 2 times 3, so 2 here, 3 here. Now obviously you can place 3 here and 2 here, but it will not work out because our goal is to get plus 7. Plus 7y will be plus 10, so we always take the first one multiplied by the last one. So 5y times plus 2, that will be plus 10, and then minus 3y, that will give me plus 7y. So this will be my factorization for this equation. Now again, if you guys don't know how to factorize, you can always use the formula, right? So y should be what? 3 divided by 5, y should be minus 2. Now, for each of those values, find its corresponding value of x. So x will be replaced back in your equation. Minus 4 minus 5 times y is 3 over 5. This will go away. Minus 4 minus 3 minus 7. X will be minus 4 minus 5 times minus 2. Minus 4 plus 10, and that should give you 6. So here you go. When x is equal to minus 7, y is equal to 3 over 5, or 0.6 if you want to. When x is equal to 6, y is equal to minus 2. And this is your question number 1 for 5 marks. Now let's move on to question number 2. That was question number 1. So number 2 now. So here we have to solve this equation. So solving means finding the value of x. How can you find the value of x? So first thing first, let me send 4 here and the exponential. Let me send all the exponential on one side and all the constants to the other side. For example, if I send 4 here, you will have exponential 2x minus 3 is equal to 7 over 4. Now I can send this one over here. You will have exponential divided by exponential, this one. So on this side we have 7 over 4, that's fine. But now we can use the laws of indices to simplify this one. For example, if I tell you a power 2 divided by a power 3, you would say because they have the same base, I can combine them. That will be a. Here we have 2. Because we have divide, it will become minus, and here we have 3. So same way, we can combine them because they have the same base. So exponential, we have 2x minus 3. Here we have divide, that will be minus. Then we have 5 minus x. 7 over 4. Now simplify, obviously, you will have what? Exponential 2x minus 3, that will be minus 5 plus x, is equal to 7 over 4. Now simplify. So 2x plus x, that will be 3x. Minus 3 minus 5 minus 8, right? And then finally, obviously to find the value of x, I have to send this over here. For example, let's say if I have exponential x is equal to a. To find x, I have to send the base over here. So it will become x is equal to ln of a. Okay, well, we don't send exponential directly. The idea is to bring down the x, we have to apply ln this way, right? That's the idea. And then of course you apply on both sides. You get what I mean? You apply ln on both sides. That's the idea. And x will become here, right? And then here you will have ln of e is equal to ln of a, while ln of e is equal to 1, so x will become ln of a. Hopefully you understand the idea behind this. So to get the top, I have to apply ln on both sides. So let me do the long way. So ln on both sides, that's the first step. So again, if your x is a power of something, you want to apply log or ln. In this situation, since we are working with exponential, we apply ln on both sides. That's the main idea. Now, because I applied this, I can use the laws of logarithms. I can bring this down. You will have 3x minus 8 times ln of e. Ln of e is just 1, so you will cancel out, and you have ln of 7 over 4. So finally, we have what? 3x is ln 7 over 4 plus 8, and x will be 1 over 3 times ln 7 over 4 plus 8. This is the exact value of x in this equation. And that is your question number 2. Now let's move on to question number 3. So in this question, a and b are constants, okay? The normal to the curve y, so we have a curve y and we have a normal to that curve. At the point where x equal to 1 has equation this one. Okay, this is the equation of the normal, right? That's the equation of the normal. Now, this is my curve, obviously. Now, one thing I can do here is let me draw something so we can have a better idea through visualization to see what's happening. So again, I don't know the shape of the curve. Let's say this is my curve. This is my curve, for example. Now, I have a normal to the curve at this point. Let's say this point is x equal to 1. Obviously, we have a tangent at this point. For example, tangent will pass exactly at this point. And by conclusion, our normal will pass at 90 degrees at this point. Let me use a different color here. So we understand that normal is a line, is a straight line that passes at 90 degrees to the curve. This is my normal. The equation of normal is y equal to minus 1 over 4 x plus b. Okay. Alright, now what else do we know? The equation of the curve is given to you by y equal to a over x plus 3x minus 2. Okay, so we have to use these information to find the values of a and b. Now, one thing we can know from the jump is that we can analyze the equation of the normal. So we compare this to what? Y equal to mx plus c. By comparison, you can see the gradient of the normal is this one. So the gradient of the normal has been found to be minus 1 over 4. And what do we know? We should know this by now, that the gradient of the normal times the gradient of the tangent have to give you minus 1. So this is something we have been dealing with for a long time. We have to know these relationships in these kind of questions. Replace, you have 1 minus 1 over 4 times gradient of tangent has to be minus 1. So let's find this value. So gradient of tangent, we send this here, so cross multiply, obviously, that will become, this will cancel out first, and it will become 4. So we conclude that from here, the gradient of tangent, we have to be precise, at the point where x equal to 1 is equal to 4. Now, from the concepts we have learned, we have to understand the gradient of tangent is what? It is simply dy by dx at a specific point, right? So now what can we do? So we have the equation of the curve, which is y. We can find dy by dx at that point, because we know dy by dx at that point is supposed to give you 4. Let's see how can we use that, right? Okay, so let's move on. We have what? So we have y is equal to this equation. Let me write this down here. We have y is the curve a. We can send this up and become x power minus 1 plus 3x minus 2. Now dy by dx, we can perform on that equation. First multiply by the power, become minus 1a, and then minus 1 become minus 2 plus 3, and then minus 0. So you will have minus a over x squared plus 3. Now we do understand if you replace the value of x by 1, you are supposed to get 4. So let's replace. From here you have minus a over x squared, that will be 1, plus 3 is equal to the value of 4. Hence a, we send a over here, 4 over here, and come 3 minus 4, that will be minus 1. Okay, so here we conclude the value of a is equal to minus 1. Now let's update the equation of the curve. So now we have y is equal to a is minus 1 over x plus 3x minus 2. So this is my equation of the curve. Now let me find the y. So we know the x point here is x equal to 1, but what is the y value? Right? What is the y value? So let's find out. 1x was equal to 1, y is equal to minus 1 divided by 1 is this, plus 3 minus 2. So minus 1 plus 3 minus 2, that should be 0. So we have 1, 0 as the passing point over here. Now why am I doing this? We can use this to find the value of b in the equation of the normal, right here. So basically, let's find the equation of the normal. We know the gradient is minus 1 over 4 for the normal, and the passing point is 1 and 0. X value, y value. So y minus 0 over x minus 1 is equal to this one. Cross multiply, you will have 4y is equal to minus x plus 1. So y will be minus 1 over 4x plus 1 over 4. So now by comparison with the equation that we were given, which is this one, we can see that this one is this one. So b has to be 1 over 4 as your answer. Okay, so a will be minus 1, b is 1 over 4, and this is your question number 3. Now let's move on to question number 4. So here we have this equation. We have to solve it. Solving means finding the value of x. Here we have log to the base of 3, and the value here equal to 1 plus 2 over log to the base of x3. Now the difference here is we have log two different bases here, log to the base of 3 and log to the base of x. So our goal at first is to convert all the log to the same base. Now obviously I can change this one or this one, but I'll choose to change this one because it will make my life easier according to me. So let's see what happens. So I can write this as well. So we have to know this for any logarithms. We can always do that. So we have log to the base of x, and here we have 3. Now obviously, to which base do you want to change? Obviously here we have base 3, so we want to change it to a log to the base 3. So we choose the base. We have to write log to the base of 3 and log the base of 3. That's step number 1. So here we have 3, we have to write 3 here. Here we have x, we have to write x here. So this is how you break it down to change the base of the logs. Now we have to know, when you have log of base something and you take in the same value, this will become 1. So your answer will be 1 over log base of 3x. So replace back here. You will have log base of 3. Here you have 11x minus 8 equal to 1 plus 2. So 2 over, this one is 1 over log base of 3x. So now we can simplify. So let me write this down again because I hope you guys know how to do this. If you don't, no problem. So here what do we have? We have 2 divided by 1 over log base of 3x. What is 2? 2 is 2 over 1. Now, as you have seen before in O-levels, paper 1's, the regular math D, usually when you have divide, we try to change that to multiply. So simplify, that will give you 2 over 1. Multiply, then we have to flip this upside down. That will become this over 1. So this will give you 2 log base of 3x. Simplify, we can send this over here as power. Log base of 3, that will be x squared. Replace, so here you will have log base of 3, 11x minus 8 is equal to 1 plus log base of 3x squared. Now we can send everything to one side. Let's see what happens. You will have log base of 3, we have 11x minus 8 minus log base of 3 x squared equal to 1. Combine these two because they have the same log. We can combine them now. You will have log base of 3, that will be 11x minus 8. Because here we have minus, it becomes divide x squared. So we have to know this by the laws of logarithms. For example, if I have log a plus log b, because the log are the same, we can combine them into one. That will become a plus is become multiplied by b. Same logic when you have this minus, because these two are the same, we can combine them. That will become a. Here we have minus become divided by b. So that's what we have used here to form this. So we have this now, and then equal to the value of 1. Now simplify. For example, here you have what? We have, let's say we have log base of 3. Let's call this y equal to 1. Now to find the y, I will have to send the base over here. That's how you simplify a log's function. So y will become 3 power 1. So same reasoning. To get the value inside, I have to send the base over here. So this is what we do. So you will get 11x minus 8 over x squared becomes 3 power 1, which is just 3. Now we cross multiply. You will have 11x minus 8 equal to, this is square obviously, 3x squared. Send everything to one side. You will have 3x squared minus 11x plus 8 is equal to 0. So let's try to factorize this. Now again, factorization, if you can factorize, you can always use your formula, right? That will be 3x times x. 8 is what? It is 4 times 2. Or we can just use 8 times 1. In this case, 8 times 1 works perfectly. Why? Because we're supposed to get minus 11, so 3 times minus 1 plus minus 8. So minus 1 minus 3, sorry. 3x times minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 8 will become minus 11. Minus times minus is plus. So this is a good factorization. So x will become 8 over 3 and x will become the value of 1. So now the condition is x is more than 1. So hence, confirming that x has to be 8 over 3. This is not good. Ignore this one, and this will be your only value of x for this question, number 4. Now let's move on to question number 5. Do not use a calculator. Obviously, we have to show all the steps of our work. So here we have to find the x value, x coordinates of the points of intersection of these two curves. Now these are cubic curves. So let's first try to simplify. If they meet, we can solve them. If they intersect, we can solve them simultaneously. So here we have y and y. Let's replace. So on one side I will have x cubed minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 16 is equal to 7x cubed minus 7x squared minus 17x minus 4. Now let's send everything to one side. You will have 7 minus this will become 6x cubed minus 7 plus this become minus 5x squared minus 17 plus 4 become minus 13 x minus 4 plus this will become plus 12 and then equal to 0. Obviously, you can always use your calculator to make sure you don't make any silly mistakes in these kind of simple arithmetic calculations, operations. So here we have this is good, so this seems to be fine, and this seems to be fine as well. So okay, so here we have all that. Now, How would you solve this for the values of x, a cubic equation? So of course, first step first, we have to find the factors of this equation by trial. For example, I will always start by looking at the back. So I would say 12 is what? 12 is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, or 3 times 4. So I can try one by one to see which one will give me 0. So let's call this one f of x. Let f of x equal to this equation. So what I'm trying to find now is, I'm trying to find a value of x to put x here, inside here, x, so that it gives me 0 remainder. So when I do find the value of x, it will show to me that this value of x, it will give me a factor of this equation. So it is done by trial. So trial, obviously I will use the values here that I can see one by one. First I will try 1. So f, let me take in the value of 1, right, to see what happens. Now become 6 minus, so 6 times 1 is 1, minus 5, minus 13, plus 12. Oh, that works, perfect. So as you can see, when x equal to 1, my function f of x gives me 0, which is perfect. This is exactly what I need. Now, x is equal to 1 is one of the solution, but what is a factor? Pretty easy. I will send this to this side, so the factor will be what? Send this to this side, x minus 1 will be a factor of this equation. Now, since we have this, we can proceed differently. So again, first step is to always find that thing that will make your function become 0. Once you find this, you can convert that to its factor, and then we can proceed by long division to find the rest. Cube minus 5x squared minus 13x plus 12. Apply long division of this one is x minus 1. Now how do you perform this is also pretty simple. So how do you make x become 6x cubed? You would say first I have to multiply by 6 and then multiply by x squared. So now take the whole thing, multiply by this, you will have 6x cubed minus 6x squared. This will go away, and then minus 5 plus 6 will become plus x squared. Okay, now how can I make x become square? Multiply by plus x, right? That'll become, and now we take this, multiply by this, you will have x squared minus x. This will go away. So minus 13 minus x minus x become minus 13 plus x. That will become minus 12x. Now how can I make this become minus 12x? Multiply by minus 12. Become minus 12x plus 12, and hence we have 0. So why do we do this? Because we want to break it down into two p's. Now we can say f of x officially can be written as a product of its, we have a linear factor and here we have a quadratic factor. Now we can factorize this one, obviously. How would you factorize this? So it seems to be interesting. So 6 is what? Is 3x times 2x. And this is 12. 12 is what? 12 is 2 times 6, 1 times 12, or 3 times 4. So let's play and see which one is possible, because here we need to find the value of plus 1. So let's see if we take this one. We take this one, for example. If I put 3 here, if I put 4 here, it works, right? Because here we have what? We have plus 9 and minus 8. So plus 9 minus 8 is plus 1. Perfect. Again, if you guys don't know how to factorize, you can always use the formula to find the solution, then revert back to getting the factor. So now we can confirm f of x is equal to x minus 1, this 2x plus 3. Now this is not the answer yet, because again we have to solve this equation when this is equal to 0. So you equate that to 0. Hence x will be the value of 1, x will be the value of 4 over 3, x will be the value of minus 3 over 2. Okay, so that's the main idea. Again, factorization helped us to find this equation. However, if you use the formula, you'll find x directly, and that's the goal of this question, is to find the value of x. So x will be these three values for question number 5. I hope the first half of the video was somewhat helpful. If you guys would love to access the full video, feel free to click on the Patreon link on the main page, or otherwise, you can go to the description below and click on this link to access the Patreon page for the full video. With that being said, good luck and thank you for watching.